right. Let's move that back in. All right. Welcome. Hopefully the hair's okay. Yep. Welcome. I hope everyone's going well tonight. New year, yay. Even though I streamed the other day, yay. Ooh, this is hot. Very, very hot. That's one problem with the metal cups. They get hot. All right, let's jump into it. So we did a release the other day. Whoa, don't know if you guys saw that. Socks, give me. Socks wanted up on the desk, but I've got it in standing mode. Alright, I'll bring her back. There you go. She can never make it for the standing mode. She keeps trying, just never makes it. Yeah, you guys didn't see that, sadly. Hopefully you heard it. So we did a release the other day. We have the number of bugs we want to fix for this particular release. The vast majority of them are major. We do have one normal one in there, which I forgot why I put it in there. But anyway, we've already fixed one of them to the best of our knowledge. We've been able to slap off 500 kilobytes off that file. Not ideal, because we want to slap off a lot more than that. And hey, yeah. So I don't know if you heard about the last webcam, but the last webcam died on stream. It had been knocked off enough times. So I bought a cheapish webcam. It's okay, but if we go into here, you can see it's rather blurry and it doesn't focus all that well. But hey, does what it's meant to do. How are you, Owen? Long time no see. You were too handsome, so it cracked. Yep. Well, Socks was too cute and it shattered. Alright, so I'm just making sure yep. Okay, so bit of NearBeach news. We've just released our January 2024 goals. There we go. There's our little thing. Currently, we're sitting at 9 current bugs. Scheduled to fix in this release is 6. We've finished one of those already. We've got none blocked, which is great news. And that's just the rest of the stuff. Our aims, the usual 4 horsemen type of stuff. But improvements to NearBeach is we do want to replace Webpack with Vite. The main reason being is we're using Vitest. And it just makes sense to move everything into that one framework instead of having the build stuff in Webpack and the test stuff in Vite. So yeah, it's just to streamline that a bit better. We're also going to be discussing the process we want to go moving forward with developing. So we have an issue. Now I've got to work around. Oops, wrong one. You're good. Just relearning some programming stuff in PHP. Oh, fair enough. And then after January, once I finish the free stuff and work on my logic, I'll be jumping into Code Academy's paid pro version for the full stack. Ah, fair enough. Well, good luck. All right, I'm going to reset the canvas. Okay, cool. So now the problem with the standing desk is I'm going to put my thing over here. We've got the NearBeach, which is made up of which has a bunch of different libraries. And currently, if any of these libraries are updated, and if there's a security update, there's no real easy way to sort of do a release without a lot of mucking around and so forth like that. So the idea is we'll probably use something like Git flow. Sorry, I'm pressing the wrong button. Or a process like Git flow where we'll have our main branch will go like that. We'll have our develop. And then from there, we can do releases at any points where, for example, there might be a bug fix for Django. And so forth like that. So that will be independent of the development cycle. The idea for that has already been kind of set up, so we can easily, if we actually go to GitHub, NearBeach/NearBeach Docker, we already have the vast majority of the work set up, in the sense that we have what's called the Docker base file, which sets up all the essential libraries that NearBeach uses, and then all we need to do is then just re-image this. So yeah, the idea is to bring this, have this release cycle separated from the dev, and then when we do some dev and we're happy for a release, we bring it in and we do a release. That way, if there is any sort of security issues, so for example Django had one a couple of months ago, we can just update very quickly. It's done in my own time, so no, not too much pressure. Oh, that's good. Yeah, so we've got that. So all that really needs to be done there is the documentation of that sort of process, which will also mean I will probably I keep typing in the old address. Which will probably mean we'll have development, but we'll probably be dropping these numbered versions, unless we have development and then another branch with those numbered versions, but I doubt it. I think we'll keep it simple as in having development. And so forth like that. So, Socks, can I have my mouse? She's just standing in her bed, halfway in her bed. So yeah, that shouldn't be too hard to do whatsoever. We need a construction of a diagnostics page where we can test the email connection, test uploads and downloads, check core config and so forth like that. It's just meant to test certain things set up for NearBeach. I understand that it's getting rather difficult to test for these particular things at a system administration level, so if we actually create this, hopefully it'll be a lot easier. Alright, implement the ability to edit notes on objects. So every single object, pretty much most objects, actually have notes assigned to them, like so you can type in a simple note here and it'll appear underneath. But we don't have an ability to edit that note whatsoever. A good reason for editing notes is something has changed and so forth like that. We want to be able to edit and delete notes. So yeah, we'll hopefully get that done. So NearBeach is basically Trello and stories. Trello has some advantages against NearBeach, especially in the Kanban board functionality, but NearBeach also has stuff like requests for changes and so forth like that. So something Trello doesn't have is a request for change system, which when you're in deployment and so forth like that, there's a lot of times you write these up. So it specs out who's got what responsibility, what time we're actually running this particular change request and so forth like that, and who's responsible for what. And the idea of one of these files is every single stakeholder knows what's going to happen and when. So I used to have to do these quite a lot at the university. I have done them outside the university. Usually they involve something not as in-depth as this, usually just a simple spreadsheet or a simple method or plan of attack. We're just got to implement some basic improvements. So with particular objects being closed, so for example requirements, if I'm on prod, definitely don't want to do that on prod. Let's bring this up. sorry, we've got to wait 40 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever. This is another reason why we're moving to Vite. Actually, I'll log in as dark user. So with certain objects, like requests for changes, if we close them, that's RFC, sorry. We don't get a little warning at the top being like, hey, this is closed. Whereas if we do that with a project, I wonder if I implemented that with a project. We've got a little notice saying it's closed. Quick, something simple, easy done. So we'll be going through NearBeach and finding out where we need to do that. We're also depreciating the search mixins. So the search mixins were essentially, well, mixins are the same code, so you don't need to duplicate that code over multiple different components. Great, which was meant to solve a problem. However, it created another problem, being that the idea of the search is it waits X amount of seconds, but in this sort of case, with that particular mixin, it'll just create a new object. It became too sort of complicated to sort of fix. So the idea is, I'm like, well, in this sort of case, I'm going to have to actually just duplicate that particular code to stop having those particular issues. Because what could actually happen is, where's my drawer? All right. So if you start typing S, oh, thanks socks. So what might happen is this sends a request every single time someone keys it in, where in reality we want to wait 0.5 seconds. And if someone types something in, that timer gets restarted. And what could actually happen is, let's say this is in milliseconds. All right, is that in the rare case something like this happens, this could appear at the end and override our results. So we definitely want to improve this. The idea being is we wait 0.5 seconds after a key press. Every single key press restarts the timer. Once it's done, it sends the request. Then once it gets the request back, it updates the data. We also are looking at Podman containers. So some good news on the weekend. I was able to sit down with my friend. We went through installing NearBeach. He'd never installed it before. So we went through the instructions and we actually improved it. So it should be a lot easier to install NearBeach now. And we're going to implement the end-to-end testing into the CI/CD pipeline. So we're using Circle CI for that. So yeah, the idea is it'll sit in there, and yeah. As for any new features for NearBeach, we have the custom object status. So for those at the end of last year, I essentially was rushing forward, getting the NearBeach flow out the door. Actually, I think this is the first time I'm streaming this year, now that I think about it. I wasn't streaming on the first. The idea being is, with the NearBeach flow, is we want to give the ability for users to have custom statuses on their objects. So an example of that is here. With the closed, they can have a bunch of different sort of statuses here. These might not match what they want. And each of these statuses will have what's called a higher order status, which is either backlog. I'm going to have to look this up. It's backlog. Oh, I haven't. I'll. Nope, not that one. So if we click on close, it's backlog, normal, blocked, and closed. So those are the 4 statuses each status would belong to. And that information tells the front end whether something's blocked, closed, or so forth like that. A lot of the times it doesn't care. It's just caring if it's closed or not. And the good news is we've done something like this, where if you change the progress, sorry, the status, it'll automatically reopen it if it jumps onto a new, an opened thing. Now, I'm just going to log off. Log in as dark again. Okay. So, I'm also going to do a reset the canvas. We're also looking at Gantt charts and sprints. So, I can't see the whiteboard behind me at the moment, but the idea is I've been sort of gathering information around sprints and Gantt charts. I'll be talking to a few other people, and then we'll be hopefully implementing them. Now, they might be implemented, well, we might start the implementation towards the end of the month, so it might take a month or 2 to actually get those fully done. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned in this is 0.31. So 0.31 is close. I feel like we probably need another shakeout test. Determine what level we will fix things. And then sort of go through and state, do we want this to be in the final branch of 0.30, or shall it be in the first branch of 0.31? So I feel like that's rather close, which is great news, and hopefully it won't take us 6 months to deploy like the 0.30 branch did, but it was totally worth doing that. So yeah, there's things which we want to do and implement. So for example, we want to implement the ability to have the whole deployment pipeline sort of automatic, which will be awesome if we could do. So yeah. Anyway, that's the latest news for NearBeach. Let's have a look at the bugs at the moment. So we need to do the validation, which we'll do. We want to start that tonight. Kanban mobile. This is normal. I'm going to push this one to the next one. The only reason, actually no, I'll keep it on this one. So, and hey, Sandy Lee, how are you? Put so much work into this, and wait, sorry, I just lost track of what you just said. Sorry. You put in so much work and into this. You better get the funding you deserve to keep it running. Oh, cheers! Thank you, Owen. Yeah, I do have a Patreon. There you go. Or yeah, you don't need to. It's fine. But yeah, I am hoping one day to have enough developers like NearBeach that I can actually work on it through donations and stuff like that, which will be awesome. How are you, Sandy Lee? Hopefully you're going well. How is the weather there today? It's Melbourne weather. So we had thunderstorms and lightning around about lunchtime, and now we've got lovely sunshine, and it honestly feels like we're in Thailand. It is so muggy and humid right now. I've got the fan going. I am hoping you guys aren't hearing the fan. Certainly did when the blade hit my finger. It's fine, it didn't hit me hard. So yeah, a little bit of a scream there. Yes, yeah, I hit the fan. You can clip it. You can clip it. Alright, so we'll be having a look at this particular bug too. I need to think about that bug. Yeah. Remove Removing a group from an object can remove users that are under multiple groups. Yeah, that one's a doozy. That one's going to take me a bit of thinking to do. UI, UX, associated objects not in card format. Oh, we can do that one very quickly today. Object data does not have user permission checking. Yeah, we need to actually fix that one. Thank you, Owen. Oh, let's see. Oh, get in there. All right, the flick, the flick. Yep, upping and hearing the fan and not realizing it's right there. This is how close I am to the fan, by the way. There's the center of the fan. It actually got both my hand and the pen. Alright, so let's also do a couple of these. I feel like let's do a quick one. Implement the alert telling users the requirement item is currently closed. I think that's a very quick one to do. Yeah, I'm 6'4", so when you think about it, how tall is the ceiling? How tall is the ceiling in Australia? It's 8 feet, so less than 2 feet between me and the roof. Cheers, thank you, Sandy Lee. So 2.4 meters, which it would be just under 50 centimeters. It'll be about 40. It'll be 47 or 40. Yeah, 47. Oh, socks. Yes, you got a bed. Sit in your bed. There you go. Alright, so we're going to implement the alert telling users the requirement item is closed, or the requirement. So we're going to minimize everything. We are going to make sure we're on that new branch, which we're not. So I'm going to go git checkout development 0.31. npm run watch. Race conditioning happening in your feature. Oh no. Yeah, I hate when that happens. I used to have quite a lot in the Kanban board. Yeah. So the Kanban board used to have a thing where when you used to move a card, I'll find a Kanban board. When you used to move a card, it didn't move right away. Waited till it got its confirmation from the back end. But the user might do that a second or third time and so forth like that, or move it somewhere else, and it absolutely just caused duplicates sometimes, which was really annoying. I changed it to, I think, what is it? Optimistic. So it just changes it right away nowadays, and then if something comes back bad, it'll tell you. We're using a React, it's very hard. Yeah. Not sure if I should remake my website in React or should I convert it to Vue. Don't know, Owen. Yeah, I don't know React that much. I know a little bit of it, but not that much. One of these days. Alright, so I'm going to go to requirements. Let's just close this requirement. It's as simple as just hitting close and update requirements. So this should have a little saying being like, hey, this requirement is shut. So what we want to do is we want to open up this. We want to go open up NearBeach. We want to open up the wrong ones. We're going to minimize everything. Sorry. We're going to open up the source, JavaScript, components, requirements, requirement information. We're going to scroll all the top. I just follow what they do. Copy and paste. That's why I can't solve my race condition. Ah, fair enough. Yeah. Because we are sending a bunch of API calls to the back end, but I need specific ones to be sent last. Ah, alright. So good. I haven't had that issue before. Because usually when I do calls, it's all in one thing. Yeah. I sadly don't know how to even help you there. It's a doozy. I'm just going to duplicate a tab. Sorry, I am just going to hit search. I'm going to search for a project or a task. Our projects will do. Just going to close this one. Yeah, it's just a simple div alert. And it's after, yeah, all right, cool. Alert, alert, this is info. VIF. And then VIF is closed. Alright, and it should be just as simple as that. Yeah, it wasn't an issue until we encountered this new added feature. Oh, fair enough. We are calculating a has based on the values sent. Oh, okay. Calculating a hash based on the values sent. Ah, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. Even Socks doesn't know. I don't know if you guys heard of me out then. And 10 euros off your next food order? Ah, neat. I don't know if I'm thinking 10 Australian dollars doesn't get you far. Even 20 Australian dollars doesn't get you far nowadays, sadly. I mean, I could go to the Vietnamese store. They accept cash. Be nice. Alright, now what is the wording we've got? Project is currently closed, so requirement is currently closed. Alright. And that should build it in. Requirement is currently closed. We just need to do that for the requirement item. So... I have some potential solutions, but I need to talk to the seniors on the decision making. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, yeah. Even as a senior, I still get, I still throw my ideas at people. Sometimes you just need that sounding board because someone has a different idea or they've come across that before, and they're like, "Oh no, this is how we solved it once." So yeah, and a lot of the times they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea." Hell, I had the other senior dev, because I use Git quite a bit, and so forth like that. They were like, all right, we're going to set up Git in this sort of way and stuff like that. And they just soundboarded it out. And I was like, yep, that's the only issue I would have with that is blah. And they're like, yeah, we thought of that and we're going to blah. Speaking of Git, yes. Requirement item is closed. Class equals alert info. Requirement item is currently closed. I'm going to create a repo for a new side project. Oh, nice. That'll be a lot of fun. What's your side project, if you don't mind me asking? What do you want to do with it? Crime item is currently closed. Sweet. It's a game. Ooh, fair enough. Are you going to use an engine like Unity, Godot, or something like that, or are you using this game engine called Pixel? There you go. You've answered the questions. Oh, I have not heard of this game engine before. I'm just going to bring it over. Is this the one? It's in Python. It's a retro game engine. Oh, nice. Oh, okay. I will say I really find that really cute. The little at the footer with that whole entire thing. That reminds me a little of Terraria. Okay. Not this one. Not Pixel. Alright. I picked the wrong one. There you go. This one? Ooh. It's a retro game. Oh, nice. That should be a lot of fun to play around with and so forth like that. I sadly don't know where to start with creating a game and so forth like that. I feel like a lot of my knowledge will transfer over, except I just need to learn how to lay everything out properly and probably learn some optimization, but this looks like a lot of fun. Need to do pixel art as well, which is tough for me. Don't you worry, you've seen me draw. The other day I was playing D&D and I was like, alright, I'm gonna draw the characters. And I ended up drawing something like this. This is as good as I can draw. There you go. They're just a little angry. You're worse than that? Well, I'm just drawing stick figures. But I have stated before, if, let's say, NearBeach goes somewhere and I needed to do another project, I'll probably make something simple and silly, like a little game. So, yeah. And hello, Noir PI. How are you? I hope you're going well. Welcome. Happy New Year. So, yeah, we're just currently going through all of our things. Let's close this task. Let's make sure that appears up at the top. Let's go close, update task. Yep, the tasks do it. So we've done the project requirement tasks. Requests for changes don't really need it because we've got a status overlay for it. So we've got a draft. Yeah, Happy New Year. Yep, you're doing okay. That is great to hear. Alright, so... Oops, sorry. I think this feature is done. I'm just going to move that there. And then people can see my ever-changing background. Ooh, git add. You know, I can't see past Socks's head at the moment. Alright, cool. New feature card. What card number was it? 312. 12, implementing an alert telling users that the requirement item is closed. All right, sweet. Dynamic background goes to suspicious. Yeah. Well, I use Linux, so it's very easy for me to do it. And I think I've told you guys about the when I was working at a university, they had a security policy come through, being like, no, we want every single computer's background to be marketing and so forth like that. So essentially, you don't have you couldn't change the desktop background. But I was having problems of due to a bug in the system that we were supporting, I had to share my screen and log in as admin, get the person to actually look at my screen to verify when I was deleting records that they were the correct records. It was just a security sort of thing where I had to do that. Problem was, they'll see my screen and think it was their screen. The only way I could get around with that is by placing a photo of socks on the desktop background and be like, can you see socks? I figured a very quick and easy way to actually change the desktop backgrounds. So essentially when it logged in, it ran a simple script and it updated the background to Socks' photo. Alright, depreciation of that, podman container. Alright, we've just done that one. I am going to update that later. Now, this particular one, I will probably need to... We won't be doing tonight, but it'll be good to actually get people's opinion on it. So currently, if we just go search for a simple Kanban, make sure we're on localhost. So currently, is this deleted? No. All right, just give me 2 seconds. Sorry, I'm gonna... This is opened. Oh, why can't I? All right. Well, I guess that's also part of the bug. Let's actually put this in iPhone 6 mode. We can't really see those values down there. Oh, that's a bit concerning. So this looks like another issue where I can't link object, can't primary object. And the problem is, it is there because there's our JavaScript void and there's our button for the new card. So on mobile, we have a problem where people can't access those. I don't want to show the buttons constantly there because that will just annoy people. I need to find a new way of having the ability to create a new card and what the flow will be. Now, I'll be giving this a little bit of a thought. So if we've got our mobile phone, it's a terribly drawn mobile phone, we've got the Kanban board. Alright, so we've actually got one column in, so let's say we've got a card here and so forth like that. We could potentially have a link up here being like new card or link card. But I feel on mobile phone you have to click it, it creates a new card, and then you've got to reopen up that card and then move that card. I feel that flow doesn't work so very well. Can I make a suggestion? Add a screenshot from anywhere of the page into the README. I don't know how, but I find it more interesting to see how it would look like for getting it from GitHub to view the demo. Fair enough. I can easily do that. I would technically put this under here. Yeah, documentation. Add more screenshots. Has been brought to my attention that I should add more screenshots into the GitHub README. Alright, cool. Might also be an idea to include a simple video / GIFs of NearBeach usage. Thank you very much for the idea. So yeah, I can see at the moment they're stating, sorry, I gotta bring up my phone. Ooh, someone's... sorry, just responding to someone very quickly. I'm actually going to NearBeach. I'm actually opening up the exact thing. I am sorry that. All right, how am I going to do this? All right, so if we want to add something in here, we then click on this and then we go new card and that pops up. But they're stating that isn't working very well. Now, do I have my iPad here? Yes, I do. I'm using Bootstrap at the moment. I do want to eventually in the future probably move to my own sort of CSS. But that's going to be a lot of work. Considering how many components of Bootstrap I am using, I would have to rebuild all that functionality and so forth like that. But at the moment it's fine. One of the main key issues I'm having with it is if you actually go into the login screen of NearBeach, it's downloading the NearBeach min at 1.5 megabytes. That's the minimalistic I can get Bootstrap down to. So if anyone knows any better ways of doing that, I am moving from Webpack to Vite very soon. I'm hoping that I can do some tree shaking out in Vite to get that down even further. All right, cool. So this is what it... All right, cool. So this is what it's like on the iPad. If I just click on something, it's working how it's meant to. But people have complained that it's taking multiple clicks. So I think that was a bad example, that particular one. I think if I scroll all the way down to the bottom one, they're saying something like this. Kaiser precision click. Yeah, I've got to think about this. I don't know if it might be a thing where we sort of have it so if it's on mobile, we darken this section. Because I don't know why they're not appearing. Opacity. And when it's on... Yeah, this is going to be one of those things where I'm going to have to read some documentation around how mobile phones treat the hover over effect and so forth like that. Because in mobile phones, there's no such thing as a hover over effect. Because you're using your finger to interact with something. I don't know if it's plausible to have all of these options appearing like this, which I would find annoying. So yeah, because yeah, that's how it's meant to react. But in this mode, Yeah. I don't know. The problem is if we click on new card, we don't actually have the card's location whatsoever. The Bootstrap min CSS or the min JS. So what I do is if we actually go to the local host, actually let's open up prod.NearBeach. So if we go here, right, this is technically a bad example because it's actually compressed. So this particular page really only transfers 286.79 kilobytes, which is great. Did I fix that properly? Now that I think about it, did I actually fix it? And I'm just having a brain fart when I was fixing it, being like, yes, I've had a brain fart. All right, no, I fixed it. There is no longer any problem. All right, cool. I know what I did wrong. It's when I was doing all this testing and stuff like that, I didn't compile into production mode. So the dev mode will, of course, be 1.5 megabytes. Production mode, not quite so large. So on the local host, the login.min.js, which has all the Bootstrap built into it and everything like that, and a very minimalistic JavaScript, it is actually 126 kilobytes. All right, cool. Which is where I want it to be. Sweet. That problem is actually solved. That is no longer a problem. I'm probably going to keep Bootstrap for a little bit longer now. When it's compressed with gzip, it gets down to 36.8 kilobytes, which is what we want. This is just under 100 kilobytes transferred, and that's including the background. Yeah, Bootstrap's not that big, but you know what? I was doing something stupid. I will admit that. Sometimes you work up really late at night and you just forget you've done something stupid. Alright. I was setting up my MacBook Pro for dev stuff the other day. Got a few issues with the terminal and opening VS every time. I have to allow the shell and VS code to get it working so weird. I think it's because I'm not using the default terminal. What architecture are you on? Are you on the ARM architecture? And double check that that terminal is supported for that architecture. It's the first thing I'm thinking about. Oh yes, I'm in. Broccoli. Broccoli? Sorry, Noir. I'm on a different page when you're saying broccoli. Okay, cool. So, no, I'm happy with the size. I'm using the latest version of ZSH. I do believe ZSH was fine for me when I was using it on M1. So, yeah, that's weird. Instead of gzip compression, broccoli compression. Oh, alright. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm just talking about Macs. I've just did the shortcut for copy and paste with the Mac shortcut of copy and paste. It is a lossless data compression algorithm developed by Google. It uses a combination of general purpose LZ77, lossless compression algorithm, Huffman coding, and second order context modeling. Ew. All right. 2 questions. Vite. How do I spell it? Broccoli. Compression and Webpack sucks you, okay? Plugin. Latest version of ZSH, yeah, not sure. Just purge it and reinstall it. It's probably missed something. Okay. It'll be easy to put into Webpack. Common. I think I've got the compression under common. Oh, it's just a compress. Yeah, alright. So it's something simple. We don't use much config for the compression plugin. So plugins. Plugins, it'll be new. It'll be the Brotli. Assets. Tests. Yeah, threshold. Alright, cool. Brotli is faster in compression and decompression than ZZip. Ooh, up to 64%. Ooh, alright, cool. I am definitely gonna spell my web app wrong. Or have fat finger typing. Okay. Brotli compression with Vite deployment. This pick a card and scratchies things. When I move my mouse, it's above your head all the time. This pick a card and scratches thing. When I move my mouse, above your head all the time. Sorry, the pick a what? Is that on my webcam or the? No, it's on your stream. Alright. Do you mean that's the, this? That's a Twitch thing. Oh! I am... Just give me 2 seconds. Oh, alright. I think I see what you mean. Take advantage of this essentially need to first grant us access to... Maybe not. Alright. Give me 2 seconds. I don't know how they call it. Oh, fair enough. Alright, let's yeah, the Streamlabs thing and the... Oh, that's just the Firefox thing. And that thing. Yeah, alright. I won't be able to remove them yet, but thank you for pointing them out. I can see that can be very annoying, considering I haven't used Streamlabs in a while. But yeah, the icon for the NearBeach icon. Redeem seashells. I don't remember what that is. That is something I'm going to have to play around with after the stream. Sorry. Yeah. Terribly sorry about that. I'm going to make sure I'm on the right screen. Yep. Alright, cool. Investigate probably compression with the deployment. The compression is faster than gzip. Up to 64%. Alright, cool. And that will actually be a highest one. Because what we want to do is we want to do this month I want to switch over to the Vite as quickly as possible. I'm still reading the documentation and all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah. Okay, so I won't implement that with Webpack because we'll be running it into Vite. We'll be doing Vite very quickly. Twitch calls them extensions. All right. Let's bump this open. All right. At your Streamlabs, swap out, visit my extensions, Streamlabs, uninstall. All right, cool. Hopefully that means it's disappeared. Okay. Cool. Has it disappeared for you guys? Because I no longer see it on my screen. Actually, just wait. I'm in the wrong thing. I'm just going to uninstall that one. That one's not so bad. I don't have many extensions. Let's just say that. So I'm working on my laptop on the side. All right. It should be gone now. All right, cool. Now they're gone. Cheers. Thank you very much, Noir. Greatly appreciated. They would have been there for years until someone told me about them. All right. So gotta think about this UI UX issue. Yeah, I'm open for ideas for mobile phones. The 315 automate build process. Put yes. The flex grid. 315 flex grid. Yeah. So what we're doing is, the idea is that whole build process is when we shove the code up onto Git, the instant we do a release, GitHub Actions will automate the deployment to PyPI. It will deploy. Alright, I'm spelling everything wrong at the moment. It will deploy the static files to our S3/R2. It will deploy to Docker and so forth like that in a particular order, so it goes from top down. So we'll be actually setting that up. We're not doing it just yet. There's still a very sort of manual process with 030. This will happen in 031. The reason being is I want to do it through release candidates so I can test it out thoroughly. So yeah. As for the UI, and normally I suggest a flex grid for mobile phones, because whether I have to scroll right on the page, it's a bad usage. What are you going to do for the auto deployment? GitHub Actions? Yes, GitHub Actions. As for the floating to the right, yeah, this is... Can't do that on here properly. It's just because it's a Kanban board. Otherwise, having these particular buttons appear here, so when you click on new card there, you only have to fill out the minimum, which is really just this up here. So yeah, I don't want to have, when someone clicks on this, fill out this, then have the card location and all that kind of stuff on a mobile, which, remembering, it will look kind of like this. So it's already cramped enough. I don't want that any more than that. I just want the user to be able to be like, la la la, and then they'll probably skip the description and go add card. So yeah, I will have to think more about this particular one. It's currently normal. So yeah. Request for change validation needs to be refactored. All right, this is going to be a big one. I do want to do this one tonight. So I'm just going to close all of those tabs. I'm going to have localhost open. So currently this stemmed from a problem where if we scroll down and we hit clicked this, we didn't actually have this pop up. We had nothing pop up. The request for change code is very old code in NearBeach. So I've learnt how to do things a lot better since. So we're going back and essentially refactoring quite a lot of this code. All right, I'm going to minimize everything. I'm going to open up source, JavaScript components. Sorry, I'm just getting bombarded with cat fur at the moment. Socks is floofing quite a lot, so it just tickles my nose. All right, so we're using VueJS. All right, it's pretty simple to set up. You got a setup thing. You've essentially got a validation section, which tells you what you're validating. So for example, project start date model, and if it's required. You've also got, so when we submit, we check to make sure everything is valid. And then if it isn't, it just returns. So yeah, to tell which fields are not validated or anything like that, we're using validation rendering. That's just a simple component where we've just extracted everything else out for that. We're just putting in the error list and it renders it out pretty easily. I think that's part of the renderer. No, validation. Okay, I kept it in its own little thing. It's pretty simple, this. The idea being is, yeah, this will just be a span. And instead of writing all that constantly and all this and so forth and so forth, we just kept it as a simple component because it was easy to write just one component and just call it like that. All right, so if we have a look for the new request for change, now the one problem is you'll notice that there are components that we're utilizing. So we've got the RFC description, we've got the RFC details, we've got the RFC risks, RFC implementation plan, backout plan, and all that kind of components that build up this new RFC. Now the one reason why we've done it like this is because we're reusing those components for the RFC information and so forth like that. And hey, Billy Goat, welcome. Thank you very much for the follow. I do hope you are enjoying my content. And I just realized there was an add-on. I'm terribly sorry if you did have an ad, Billy Goat, but thank you very much for the follow and welcome. I do hope you're enjoying my content. Yeah, sorry, I should be more observant about the ads. I do apologize about that. And thank you very much for the follow, Noir. Greatly appreciated. So yeah, welcome. I'm just going to repeat what I just stated before, just because I don't know if you guys were in an ad and so forth like that. So the idea is I've broken these down into components because these particular components are used as components in the RFC information. They act and behave exactly the same and so forth like that. So what we've done in the past is we've sent stuff down to send stuff up. It's a bit of a mess because I did this a long time ago. Do you have a degree or self-taught? Well, technically I've got a degree in mathematics. So in mathematics we learnt C and MATLAB. So C, the programming language, and so forth like that. So from there I jumped into essentially building up database applications. And from there it became self-taught. So yeah, I think once you learn one particular language, a lot of that sort of knowledge is transferable. And also there are some things that you will learn, never use, and also some things that you will learn when you need to use it. So yeah, I will always say I'm going to be learning no matter what. So yeah, there will be a new language out in X amount of years and I will have to learn it, or the language that I'm currently using evolves to a point where I have to relearn certain components of it because there's more efficient ways within that language. So for example, if you have a look at C, the C we were using was pretty basic when we were learning it, but if you have a look at what was implemented in C, like for example in C14, if memory serves me correctly, or was that C++ 14? They implemented new stuff, so forth like that. So yeah. Anyway, so I don't have a computer science degree, I've just got a maths degree, so yeah. Alright, so we've got all the different components, we've got the group results and all that kind of stuff. Those are the props with the data. We do actually have all the data here. Now what we could potentially do is have the validation on that data to make sure we've got the correct data and pretty much depreciate this old version. But that might affect the request for change information. So we'll have a quick look at the request for change information, and what I'll do is I'll open up a request for change. So the description is the same, except you can actually, you can edit both of them. That's fine. You've got the types and versions. So you've got the types and versions, implementation date, change lead, group permission, and so forth like that. So that's the rest of this. And then you see why we've put it in components, because we've actually got tabs down here. Now, originally the RFC wasn't one long sheet. It was actually made up of sort of wizards. It was a the view wizard. Now this is the new view form wizard, or one of the new ones. Where do we have demos? Where we've got a simple sort of thing like this. So we had something similar. We do kind of want to re-implement something like this. And that might be the case where we should look at doing that. And yeah, back when we did this, there was no way to get to that data and all that kind of stuff. So, or none that I knew. However, that being said, my knowledge of VueJS has increased tenfold in the last 4 years, so we could just do it. So, I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to do a little bit of researching right now, because we could hit two birds with one stone. We could actually implement this and then have it whenever someone clicks next, it verifies everything on that particular tab. Okay. We won't be using icons. In fact, we'll probably be hiding quite a lot of these icons, or moving how we actually put them in and so forth like that. Yeah. So, could do something like that. What's the usage? Props. Subtitle. All right, cool. Demos, simple, personal, additional, last step. All right. So that will be your form wizard on complete. Tab, personal details. All right, cool. So we've got tab components and stuff like that on form wizard on complete. If we actually have a look at the old code, we used to have something similar on complete here, yeah, which is at the bottom. So we would remove that, place all of this within this sort of structure. So we've got tab content title equals personal details, my tab content, and stuff like that. I don't know what happens when you want to change tabs, because the idea is you want to do the validation check before you move to the next tab. And every single change you do on the application, I'm wondering if we want to implement a validation check. So customize. All right, let's go to props. Tab content props. So we got the title. Yep. We got the icon we don't need. All right, lazy. Only render the content when the tab is active. Yes, we do. That would be a godsend. Before change, that will check it. If return result is false, tab switches. Yep. All right, cool. Math, you can do anything you want. I have a double major physics and statistics. I was going to go full sail, but for profit schools are bad. Oh, fair enough. I graduated last year in my last year, but I'm 32 though. Feels old. Don't worry about that. So I went into building the database applications and so forth like that. I was then this is when I was working at the university. Essentially told that my contract was up at the end of the year, but I got headhunted somewhere else at the university and became what is now coined as a data scientist. So I was crunching large amounts of data for this university. Fun little fact, they wanted to do at-risk students, so there were, depending on what type of education it was, whether it was TAFE, undergrad, postgrad, and research. Actually, we scrapped research because you don't get graded per se. Depends what you're doing, depends what the conditions are to flag an at-risk. And there was no at-risk sort of flag in the system that would work and so forth like that. So I ended up building a system that would essentially, we extracted all the data, we shoved it in an Excel spreadsheet, and we hit run, and we walked away. And I ended up coming in one day where there was no one around and just utilizing pretty much all the computers in the office. Remember, this is back in the days where you had 2 core computers. All right, it took 20 odd minutes sometimes just to do the first set of calculations, and there were calculations on top of that too. So once you calculated that, you solidified the data. You then did the second set of calculations and so forth like that. And I ended up just using all these computers and just wandering from one to the other, updating all of this and so forth like that. So yeah, then I went into IT, which was a terrible decision. And whilst I was in IT, I learnt web development and I did the switch. And I would have been pretty much your age when I did the switch. So yeah, don't worry about it. 32, it's fine. You can easily get out into the workforce. 27, 28 next year, this year. Forgetting what year you're in. But yeah, it's not too late for jumping into the workforce and so forth like that. At least you are jumping into the workforce. So yeah. And there's many things you can do. I know people who are talking about physics and statistics. They do sort of simulations of roads and so forth like that, which is essentially like fluid flow, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Really interesting stuff he does. All right, so we could potentially use this. Now, the other thing I want to check out is this been supported lately? No, it sadly doesn't look like it is. And that's what happened with the last one, was it stopped getting supported. When Vue 3 came out, I had to drop it. Insights. One merge pull request. All right, close issue. Alright, cool. So it is looking like it is still being supported, which is a good thing. I'm just curious. I'm just looking at the code now. Okay. We don't need to disable that. So form wizard props tab. So route navigation to the next step. View the view router. All right, we don't need that whatsoever. View form props title subtitle. All right, next button text. That'll be next. That'll be back. Yep. Finish button. Yep. That'll be finish. Step size, yep, default MD. Validator, yep, cool. Oh. Set validation on and off for the back buttons. By default, back ignores validation. Yep, that's fine. Color, yep. Shape, yep, circle. Transition, string, Oh. And welcome, Nico the Grim Sage. How are you guys? I hope you're going well. Out. I'll just do a shout out. If I've done that correctly, there we go. There we go. Welcome. How was your stream? And what were you doing? Graveyard raid. Fair enough. Welcome, Sinful. How are you? I hope you're going well. So yes, welcome everyone. I am Robotic Head. I'm currently building an open source project management system. This particular system, you can have your own Kanban boards, create projects, requirements, or gather user requirements, create tasks, and for when you're ready to deploy, you've got the request for change. I would like to help you with this project. What are you working on? Don't worry about AI. It's a tool. Programmers will be here for a while. Oh, I'm not worried about AI at all. Trust me, definitely not worried about AI. So yeah, today we're actually fixing up this over here. So this is old code. I'm refactoring it, but at the same time, I'm like, ooh, I could implement this sort of stuff into it. So a little wizard. which I think would be very nice to do. So yeah, I'm very, very tired. Nico, who also happens to be named Nico. Or Neko. No. Playing some Skyrim. Oh, fair enough. Oh, okay. Yep, Neko. Fair enough. Well, sorry about pronouncing it wrong. I am terrible with new names. Yeah. I haven't played Skyrim in years. I'm currently playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3. A lot. Just so much. Most people say, alright, fair enough. Yeah. Well, welcome. Alright, redeem the curls. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, can I see if it? Oh yeah. Alright, cool. Alright. 3, 4. I should be doing this more often. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Cheers, thank you very much. Okay, one more. 10 more. Oh, 10, 5 on each side. I've lost count. Not time to be rude and rage, and run, but desperately. Oh yeah, no, all good, all good. Anyway, thank you very much for the raid. It is greatly appreciated. And yep, get some sleep. So yes. Anyway. And thank you very much for the follow. So yeah. Whoops, I just selected a bunch of stuff. Alright. So, what we could potentially do is we could change a lot of this. We've got the card body, request for change. We then add the wizard in here. That should be fine, adding all of those into the wizard. We then need it to validate when we change tabs. And I think this is how the old system used to work with the validation data. And I'm trying to remember when it validates. So update values. That sends it back upstream. All right, cool. And validate update. Update validation, update validation. And then it'll update hopefully those. So let's have a look. Update validation, this data.tab. And then data.value. I was nearly passing out at the end of the stream, and now I'll try and make it to bed. Well, good luck. And thank you very much once again. And I'll hopefully see you around. So yes. Good night. I know that feeling. Yeah. And then this RC data.model data. All right, cool. So it looks like we've got this ability. The bed is like 6 feet away. So you get up and you're like, Okay, one thing I do want to check out is with the new request, I'm just going to open up our Vue component libraries. I want to have a look at this here. So if I update stuff here, that's not updating anything. but that might be because I need to also update these. Still not updating that. All right, 6 feet so far. Your bed is in the other room right now, next door. Yep. Yeah, so is mine. So this is my study. I need to get a little proper chair in the corner where I could read or play Switch. So yeah, I will eventually get a nice chair. I'm thinking of a lazy boy type of chair. Like something simple. So I used to have kind of like something similar to that. And then the cat's pissed on it. Yeah. Alright. Fun little fact, talking about heights and stuff like that. We figured out today that the ceiling's 8 foot. For those who are in American values, I'm 6'4". There's the fan. So I gotta be careful putting my hands up. The fan's already hit me once tonight. So, alright. This is not working how I want it to. So I am gonna check on these particular things. So we've got the modules and we've got the tabs. So we want RFC description. We've got the validation rendering happening. Now we've got update values and update validation. So we have updated. I don't think this has been hit. Yeah, I don't think this has been hit at all. All right, let's go back to the new project. Let's put that over here. Let's scroll all the way down to submit. So is form correct? We're doing an await validate. And then it's sending that up. I think this isn't working how we want it to in here. I don't think the VTouch is working anymore. So we're just going to put in a couple of console logs. We're going to go in here. We're going to wait a couple of seconds. We're going to hit refresh. So it is VTouching and it is updating stuff. Okay, and then if it is. All right. I think this is the old method. So if I go to the new project, what I'm going to do is I'm going to yank these 5 lines. I'm just going to paste them after. Now, we have to do that now, but it has to, All right, actually, before I do anything silly, I just want to, do something even more sillier. I'm checking to see if that particular variable exists. So let's just jump in. So updating stuff. So we've got invalid equals true. Sweet. And then when we key in all this information, it goes invalid equals true and then changes to false. So this is working how we want it to. So I'm not going to touch this. So update validation. So what's meant to happen is we've got this, we've hit the update validation and we're going update validation and then we've got the event. So, So we're just going down here. And we're gonna check out this data. All right, we're gonna wait a couple of seconds. We're gonna hit reload. It's gonna tell us data. So tab 1 equals false, tab 0 equals false. All right, sweet. So we're gonna, so it should be now true. If we go to this, we click on new request for change. It's now showing true. Okay. Weird. Unless this wasn't refreshing properly before, if we change this to this, got the version number in there, we've got the lead. That should have made that tab correct. I'm just going to hit refresh. There we go, true. So it's not refreshing this. So that's working as intended. So we could potentially use that in here. So when someone goes to click next, it's not going to work until it's validated. All right, I like that idea. And we can implement this very, very quickly. So I'm just going to copy this. New request for change. I'm just going to go scrolling all the way up. And then I'm gonna have to actually right click and paste. I'm gonna have to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm gonna have to do that. And I'm gonna have to do that. And like that. All right, cool. So we need on-complete. Yep, that's what we want. We are going to remove this because a lot of this will actually be moving up into these particular things. So what we need to actually do, so we're going to have a look at the RSC information. We're going to copy what we've got here. So this will be the details tab. We need a simple checker. So we're going to read the documentation very, very quickly. We're going to go into the props. Inside the props, we've got the tab content props. We've got the before change, type is function. So vbind, before change, before change equals validate tab. And we're going to have a string in there. And it's going to be tab 0. Underscore. And so forth like that. And what we need to do is we'll keep all of that. We're happy with that. We're going to modify this all slowly. So what we need is validate tab. So we scroll down. LNOPQRSTUV. It's at the very end. Sorry, I like to put everything in alphabetical order. I find it hard. If I don't. All right. Check to... what this will do is check to make sure the validation of the tab is correct. And all we need to do is return this dot validation data, and then we've got tab number. As simple as that. And that should technically work, I think. Let's just double check. Now, I don't know if this needs to be in a V bind. I think this does. But we're going to cheat and just do that. And that's meant to be details. Alright, cool. So, we're going to refresh. And realize that we haven't actually installed this component or whatsoever. Alright, so what we need to do is usage npm. We need to npm install viewform wizard 3. So that's going to be, we're just going to jump into this. npm install, actually, save dev. Oh, npm install save dev. Alright, so that's installed. Component registration, we just need to global registration, do that. Alright, so we get our app.js, put this over here because it's the highest possibility. We have Sol, custom JavaScript, Axios, I think viewform wizard. We will delete that one line, scroll all the way down, paste it in. We actually need to go app.component. View 3 form wizard is going to be the view 3 form wizard, like that, I think. That should register everything. I could show you in Discord later on if you're around Broadhead what I mean. I can join on my Mac. It probably won't be tonight, sorry, because I'll be streaming till about 10ish, and then I got to head to bed straight away because I've got to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, I think I don't know if you got a dodgy install, which happens sometimes. The best way I would handle it is purging it from the system itself and reinstalling a previous version or something like that. I know I had to do that with Firefox a little while ago, where they had a bug where if I've got the console open, it would crash on certain sites. All good. I'm just updating my OS version. Not sure if I have to use the default bash term. Yeah. But yeah, I remember installing ZSH on Mac, and it's pretty easy. I think I got it on this one. Alright, so done that. Now we need to do the local. So local will be just those two. So new request for change. This will scroll all the way down to here. What we'll do is we'll have form wizard. I've got to paste in like this. And then with the components, we need form wizard and tab. I can't type. Tab content. Mess a bit around. Yeah. I think it's just a bad install. Only one way to find out. So yeah, it's annoying when something like this happens. Alright, so this. There you go. It won't move. Alright, cool. One other thing which I want to actually do. So we know this works perfectly fine. Check to make sure if the validation is correct. Okay, cool. So what I'm changing this up a bit. So if this dot validation data tab number is true, just return true. Now, a lot of people might be like, oh, but that makes a lot of sense. You're just doing that in the next line. What this does is, I'm trying to never nest here. So that will just get rid of everything that's true. All right. Return true if all validation is fine. Otherwise, we are going to send we're going to give the user a new toast. And then in this sort of case, we just need to get rid of that and just put in return false. Just return false. All right, simple as that. So this $store.dispatch. So we're dispatching a new toast. This toast will have a header being please complete the description. Please complete all fields. Message. Sorry, current tab is not validated. Please fill out all fields appropriately. Extra classes will be background danger. We don't need a delay because this can just disappear. That's perfectly fine. We're not making it so there's only one unique one of them. If they keep pressing that button on that thing, we just want to keep going up and annoying them. Because before I had issues with it when I had the same OS for a long ass time, and then when updated the OS seemed to run smoother. Oh, fair enough. Well, hopefully it does. Alright, cool. So, with this piece of code, if it's validated, just moves on. If not, it's going to start a toast and tell, hey, yo, fill out the form. So it, ooh, alright. But we haven't clicked on validate tab yet. I don't know how many times that actually popped up. Judging from that, quite a lot. So on boot, we don't want that to actually happen. And now the toasts aren't appearing. Okay, that was weird. Let's console log this. Oh, we've got some issues. Alright. Invalid prop, type check, before change, expected function, got boolean with value false. Alright. So it might not like this. And it might not like that. That's fine. We're just going to play around with this. Wait a couple of seconds, hit reload. Invalid prop, type checking failed before change. Alright, let's read the documentation. Usage. So the usage is all correct. Alright, demos. Call a function before a tab switch. Yep, so next. Alright, cool. View source. So form wizard, at complete, shape, yep, title, before change, yep, alright, sweet. They've got it. So it's like this. We're gonna go validate tab. We're also gonna read down here, before tab switch, this is a... Ooh, oops, just dropping that. I was hoping I could pass some information down. So what I'm going to do, can delete that. I'm going to put that through. I'm going to scroll all the way down to this validate tab. I'm just going to comment out everything. I'm going to put in a console log tab number, return true. Alright, and then we're going to hit refresh. Invalid prop, type checking failed for prop before change, expected function got boolean with value true. I'm going to double check this. It's part of the methods. Yep. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to copy this. That's fine like that. I'm going to go up here. I am going to copy this. So this is tab content. I'm going to paste it in. Delete that one line. And we're going to wait a couple of seconds. We're going to hit refresh. Everything works fine. And then we're going to hit next. We get that. All right. Then down here, I'm going to put in data. Because this won't work. And we've got to pick another thing if it doesn't work, because we need to validate everything when we're at this step. Oh yeah, that's an alert. Sorry. Like so. It's undefined. Alright, not end of the world yet. A lot of the times I've got to do something like this. So, before tab switch, $event. Don't think it will work. Absolutely, I don't think it will work. So, yeah, would be surprised. I'm going to hit refresh. Yeah, it's calling everything now. That's why everything went wrong before. Okay. And even then, yeah, it's not a function. Oh. Well, we had a VueJS integration. Oh, hello. Because, just double checking, I am using VueJS. Where's my new project? VueJS. Alright. Complete form example integrated with VueJS form. Damn. They haven't fixed this up. All right, cool. Ooh. And thank you very much for the follow, D. Gramic. Welcome, welcome. I do hope you're enjoying my content as we figure this out. All right, wizard step. Well, that's a wizard step. Then we got the template, tab content. Yeah. And then there's the footer. Might be a problem. We might not be able to use this. But that's fine. Yeah, I was hoping, let's have a look at the props. And hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm developing in Vue. I'm also using Django for the backend. So yeah, welcome. I do hope you're enjoying my content. I am building a project management system. We're fixing up the request for change, well, the new request for change system, where we're either implementing a wizard or we're fixing up the validation. So yeah, whichever one. All right. So we need the tab content. So before change type function, this string object route. All right. Whoops. Yeah, this is. The object, if I go up, not new project, sorry, this, if I go, piss off, sorry, excuse my French. I think that will work. Yeah, expected a function. Got a boolean with a value false. Yeah. All right. What if I waiting a few seconds, hitting reload. Oh, that might. Don't think that worked though. Yeah, that didn't work. Oh, that's before tab switch. Alright. Don't think this will work. Yeah, it's not working. I'm just going to refresh again just in case. Yeah. Oh. Alright, the only other way I could think of is if we actually know the tab that it is currently on. So that's where we go into the playground. Square, no. Fonts, no. Custom icon. What's the composition API? If I could get the tab itself, step index. Okay, start index 1. All right, no. Custom button, no. Custom title slot, call function before tab switch. Yep, before change, that's yep. This is call before, yep, alright. But what if I want custom slot props for the step? View validate, and all right, a lot of that is just not there. Okay, not a problem. We just look for another thing. All right, this is building up. Alright, this is looking promising. So we've got the components, we've got the hello world. Got the div hello message, has got a yep. Wizard questions, oh, alright, I don't, Yeah, I don't think this is what we want. Fair enough. We'll just move on. We do have that we know of. That we know of. Form wizard view 3. Downloads 41, coverage 99. Form view 3 is a simple stepper wizard component. It can be easily customized, has no dependencies, work in harmony with your components. Alright, sweet. We want to go to the demo. The props, the form ID, yep, alright, cool. Custom tabs. Alright, sweet. That's not too hard to implement. Navigatable tabs. Alright, so I just want to look at the demo. So this is kind of what we want. Next. Tab 2, back, next. Alright, step 1. Vertical things. Yep, we don't want vertical, but yep, that's cool. Wizard. Next button, options. If current tab. So they've got it like that. So current tab 0, 1, 2. Okay, so they've got VF statements on those components when the tab index is something. Okay. It'll work. In fact, we could potentially just implement something like that straight into this without including the components, where we can go back and forth and all that kind of stuff. All right. On change current index. I think this is just an example of how we would do something. And they've just got these like this. How would it look like on mobile? Not that crash. All right. I just want to see one thing. We're just doing a simple one. All right, we're adding in this. So it does crunch them up together quite closely. If we do an iPhone 6, this is zoomed in. iPhone 6. All right. Oh, one other thing I want to check is props, wizard prop. Slots actually. Slots default. use this title prefetted it. All right, not slots, events, on complete, on loading, on validate. This emit on validate results, this active tab index. Fired when execution before change method is completed. The event carries a boolean value, represent the validation results and integer. All right, I don't think they've keyed this in fully. Okay, cool. So we have many components that send data upstream to the top component, but the data is not validated at that component on submit. The proper method is that on submit for RFCs, the data should then be checked and validated. If not checked, it should send toast. So currently it is sending a toast. All right, I won't refactor what we've got. The reason being is if we do start implementing a form wizard, which is most likely what's going to happen, we still want that broken up by the tabs. That way when we go to the next tab, before the tab switch, we can double check the tab. Now another thing which I want to actually double check is if I get rid of and do that, and I refresh, I want to go to the view. I want to see the form wizard. So start index is 0. Yep. Next step, tabs. All right. That's all fine. I want to see if active slot props, active tab index. All right, so if I move that to that and I refresh, slot props, active tab index. And hey, Nocturnal, how are you? I don't think I can get to that information. Oh, ad break. Knock broke the Kanban. Oh no. Are you in ads right now? VIP? Yeah, you've been a VIP for a while. You in ads? Tired. I had only yeah, all good. Yeah, I forgot when I gave it. Last year. I gave it to you last year. As for the broken Kanban, what went wrong? What version are you on? You can grab it at the bottom of your dashboard. Not reset the thingy that holds the Kanban. Ah. It's on some pies. Oh, okay. So, hopefully not a bug. The pies aren't plugged in. Oh. Alright, so it's just you plug in the pies and it'll work. Fingers crossed, hopefully. Alright, we're having a look at the Vue Wizard tonight because I was wondering if I should refactor this, but then I was like, wait a minute, this is set up perfectly for the wizard, but it looks like this isn't gonna fully work for us. However, we can customize our own wizard. We don't need to create something complicated, we just need to create something very similar to this. In which case, yeah. The kernel update breaks grub. Oh, that's bad. It starts looking for LVM groups which don't exist. So yeah, fun times. Yeah. Oh. Yep. That is not fun at all. Hopefully you can get the data out. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear. That is not fun at all. Oh, here comes Socks. You guys missed this. So at the start of the stream, Socks is like, I'm going to jump onto the desk. I'm in standing position. And she jumps up and all you can hear is as she falls off the desk. Yes, I'm telling everyone, you fell off the desk. Oh, that's on an external drive. Ah, okay, that's good. So yeah, can still be retrieved and so forth like that. All right. Did you clip it? Sadly, it was. If we have a look at the secret screen, it was around about here, so you would have only seen like a little tiny ear or something pop up. So not much, sadly. But I did hit my fan. That got clipped. With my pen and hand. Okay, thinking about this. To turn this into a wizard is pretty simple. All we need to do is we need a tab content, like a index content. We just need this set up so it renders out the little circles in flow and with the lines and all that kind of stuff. Oh yes, Happy New Year! So yeah, we did one more release on the 29th of December. So 3030 is out. And we will be doing hopefully 2 more releases of NearBeach, and then we'll start plotting or planning 031. And Nock, I mean to actually contact you about sprints and Gantt charts and stuff like that. Is that a new theme? As like on here? No, this is just me playing around with the wizard forms and stuff like that, and figuring out that for what I want them to do, it's not doing what I want it. So yeah, I can't seem to get the index number of the initial yeah. Is that a new theme with the orange? Yeah, that's just the Vue 3 form wizard. I've been playing around with it tonight because I was going to refactor the new request for change because of how it's currently set up with the validation. But when I had a look at it, I was like, no, this actually makes a lot of sense when dealing with tabs. So yeah, Socks, come here. I will probably be copying this. So people can be like, oh, okay, cool, yep, sweet. Yeah. Just gotta figure out how I want to do it and what will be the best sort of solution. I don't think the Vue 3 form wizard will work. I think we can do this because we're only going to be using that in one area. I think we can utilize this in a where we just build it into this one particular form. I just need to figure out how. Alright. So it's just a long tab list. Alright, cool. Then you got a list item. And then in here you've got the that. Now I don't know how they've done the divided lines. That's on that. Socks knows what she wants. How have they added in that one line? I am curious. Right, so they've added in that. They've added in that. I can't see that line. I can see that. There you go. Yeah, you know what Socks wants. Alright. Alright. Let's put that there. Put Socks on the big screen. Yep, in your bed. In your bed. Bed. Alright, these ones are smaller, so I'm giving her many more. Hey, Max. That's what's next. Oh, you won't appear on camera. Oh, yeah. Alright, there we go. You get to go there. Alright. Did you find all of them? No, you haven't. Oh, I see one right now. Oh, you've just looked past it twice, Socks. Back here. There we go. Okay. Whoop. I got tangled cords. Yeah, it's outside the bed. She didn't expect it. For some strange reason, she thought she had treats in her bed not long ago. So she's come in and she's thrown her bedding everywhere. Alright, so I don't know how they've done that line. Oh wait, there it is. Position relative, top 25, height 4 pixels. If we change that, yep, there we go. And then when we go to the next, yeah, that line. Okay, oh cool. And then we got the progress bar inside, which is just a percentage. She wasn't going to find it. Yeah. Well, this is why I help her sometimes. All right. Are you going to say hi to everyone, Socks? You're going to sit in your bed? Just say hi? What? You going to say hi? No? You're just going to stand right in front of the camera. Okay, there goes Socks. There you go. Alright, so one thing I could potentially do is I could turn this into my own sort of tab wizard and so forth like that. It'll take me probably all of tonight and another night and so forth like that. Came for the Linux, stayed for the cat. Fair enough. Welcome, welcome, and thank you very much for the follow. I'm gonna butcher your name. I'm very sorry. Airstrike. There we go. I eventually figured it out. So thank you very much. Cat emotes too. Yeah. Yep. Ivan works. All that. All right. Welcome, welcome, Ivan. How are you? I hope you're going well. I do hope you're enjoying my content. So yeah, we're just building something right now. We're going through discussions. So it looks like considering I'm only going to use the view form wizard here, all I need to do to make it work is I just need this sort of visual aid to see where the person is on their whole entire thing. Implement these particular functions where it checks the tab content, and pretty much add these components to only appear when it's on that particular tab. I think that will be an easy sort of thing to do. I won't start it tonight because I do want to do a little bit more research on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go git reset hard. Going to delete all the code I've just done. It's all temporary code. And I'm going to write in here solution. We won't refactor how we have set up the tab validation because it can be used to validate the information. All right, validate. Actually, no. I'm going to delete that. We won't refactor how we set up the tab validation. This is because we think it might be a solution to construct our own view form wizard for the new request for change. All we need to do is implement a tracking /progress system, add in the checks on the buttons, and hide any components that are on a different tab. All right, cool. So I think that's going to be fun. Yeah, she's pretty cute, Noah. She causes a lot of trouble. So I think for the moment, I'll sit on this because all I need to do is figure out, and this is going to be the hardest thing, is figure out how to make this look good in NearBeach. So I might set up something similar, play around with that offline and so forth like that. Way more fluffy than my... Yeah, she's losing a lot of fluff at the moment. The reason why I am rubbing my nose like there's no tomorrow is because a little bit of fluff will land on my nose and start itching like there's no tomorrow. It's just that time of year. So, yeah. But I love my cat. He's the perfect fit for me because he's the same evil soul like I am. Yep, fair enough. Fair enough. There are times where I will be playing games and so forth like that. Socks will sit right here and just stare at the screen. I don't know if she's trying to copycat what I'm doing or if she likes looking at the fancy colors flashing around and so forth like that. Haven't figured it out yet. So I'm happy with this. I'm gonna play around with that. I think that is something I could do on stream. I just want to replicate this properly first. Because we'll have details. We'll have more details. Risk. So we'll have details. We'll have description, details, risk, implementation plan, backout plan, test plan. So six of these. Mine loves to turn off the PC in the middle of a longer build process or a round of a shooting game, especially if it's yes, that's one thing I'm afraid of. Luckily, there's enough clutter on top of my there's not much clutter, but there's just enough clutter on my tower. When I say clutter, it's a couple of cords to sort of discourage Socks from jumping on there. But yes, it is one thing which I'm afraid she'll just jump on and reset my computer. All right, login screen. We've done that. I'm going to edit my... I'm going to strike that out. All Alright, I am going to go here. Ignore the above comment. We were able to get it down to a minimal size. The 1.5 megabytes is because I was compiling for dev, not production. Okay, cool. So we're really happy with this. I was watching shows on Netflix on my laptop and my dog was lying down next, and whenever he saw the elephants on the Our Universe documentary show, he would go crazy and try to get to them. Best situation ever. He turned my PC off in the middle of a BIOS update. Holy hell. And also in the middle of a job interview. Both didn't... Oh no. That's when I would start taping down a cup or something on the power button. One of my cats used to do that, had to put something over the power button. Yep. Ouch. Alright. That's definitely ready for retesting. Removing group from object can remove users that are under multiple groups. Well, we don't want to do that one yet. UI UX associated object is not in card format. We can do this one tonight. So associated object and cards. So if I actually open up a don't know why that is not showing any stuff. Oh, I'll tell you why. Chunk loaded. It's because I get hard reset. So it didn't actually load that chunk in. So you just rebuild. And refresh. Alright. So if we find any object, let's just list all. So let's go to a task. Let's scroll down here. So let's add in a user. These are in card format. We've got linked objects. Let's link in an object. Let's link it from a project. Let's say it is parent of object. Ooh, there's no projects. Ooh. All right. Have I broken linked list? I ordered a new case. Power button's now on the left side. Nice. Yeah, I just updated my MacBook to Venture. Seems better. Okay, that's great to hear. Looks like, yeah, it was just a Mac issue. An OS issue. Alright, I'm just going to create a new object. We are not getting any data. All right. All right, so we've got a problem here. We can't link anything. So link lists. All right. I'm going to have to fix this bug first. So let's close all tabs. Let's minimize everything. Let's open up this. Let's open up source, JavaScript component. Actually, no, we want the backend. NearBeach, Vue. We'll actually go to the URLs first. Because if we have a look at the URLs, it's got link list at the very end. So we just want to go link list. And there we go. So we got the Kanban information. Nope, wrong one. Object data, destination, location, object lookup. So we're double checking that. So we've got the destination task 3, location ID task, and linked list. All right, this is the one. We want to go here. So we actually want to go to this implementation. And what we want is we want to put a breakpoint there. I'm going to put this into debug mode. And I've got to refresh. So linked objects, we're going to create a new link. We're searching for a project. We hit this. All right, cool. So data results equals lookup functions, the object lookup project. So I want to delve deeper into this. So lookup project. All right, sweet. So project object filter. We want to close. We want to ignore anything that is closed. So that's the project higher order status. All right. And this is just going to return that. So I'm just going to go up again. It's an empty query set. And I'm just going to hit play. I'm also going to do that with task. And I'm just going to jump over empty query set. All right. Just to confirm, everything is, we're going to groups and users, we're going to add in the QA team, we're going to add in everyone. All right. I'm going to add in a new task. Other task. I'm gonna, yep. All right, we've got data. Have I just closed everything? Is that the reason why? I think I've just closed everything, and I've spotted a couple of bugs then. Okay, so this isn't a problem. If I list all, we've got requests for change, we've got tasks. We should have picked up more tasks than that. We should have picked up 2. But one of those tasks might be... I'm just going to hit play. We've got the other tasks, which are 4. If we list all, we don't have tasks 2 in that list. And I don't know why. It's new. I'm going to get rid of that. So the one reason my project isn't showing is because there's no projects. And then both of those are showing. All right. Anyway. That is wrong. The status should not be a number. Status is a number. It should actually be a it's an easy fix. So we go into lookup functions. We've got this, we've got the ID, we've got the status, project status, and we'll have task status. It's got to be __ task status. I'm thinking it's just that. Okay, so if we refresh again, sorry, I'm just fixing up a bug when I see it. There you go. That was it. We've got to do that for the projects. Quick and easy bug fix. Requirement status. All right, we've done that. We've done that one. All right. Sorry, I'll catch up with chat right now. Can't be asked. Nah, that's not Pep 8 conform. Happy New Year message. This message from my manager. He ends it with, "Don't forget to finish your compilance training." Yeah. I don't think we actually have compliance training at our place. We're just too small. Okay, so I'll fix one thing very quickly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go git status, git add. I think it's just in the source. Oh no, it'll be NearBeach views. Yep. Okay, git commit. Task and project status were showing numbers fixed. I mean, that doesn't make much sense. I really should create a bug report and all that kind of stuff, but yeah. Alright, so getting back to this particular bug and issue, these are cards. We're slowly taking out the old school tables and replacing it with these rendered cards. Another thing which we're going to be depreciating is the error modal. I realize that is actually under the create new link. We're going to remove that right now, in fact, because I'm right here. So what we want to do, crunch everything down, open up NearBeach, go to the source, go to JavaScript components. This will be part of the modules wizards, and this will be the new task link wizard, or new link wizard. And then what we want here is error modal. So we're actually getting rid of this. The reason being is we're just depreciating it. So whilst we're doing that, we're also fixing up whatever. There's a certain layout I like. So what we want is save links, const data, yep. Data to send, yep. All right. We don't have an error on that one. But we do have it on this one. So instead of the error, we are having a this $store.dispatch, and we're dispatching a new toast. And that will be header, error, and then we're doing error searching. Message, we got an error searching, error, error. Extra classes. This will be a simple background danger. Delay of 0, so that just means it won't hide. And we need this as unique type. So we won't need a new unique type. So that's getting rid of it there. Now, the lookup functions, it's failing on the lookup requirement item. So if we have a refresh, sorry, I'm just fixing this one little bug. So requirement item, we got an error searching, error Axios, request failed 500. Cannot resolve keywords, requirement status into fields. The choices are all of those. We're just skipping all the way down to the request for change, requirement, requirement ID, requirement item, requirement item. All right, cool. So that is on what line though? on the exclude 112. So 112 exclude requirement status. So if we go up here, it'll be requirement item. Now, this is for requirement items. Double checking, look up requirement item. Yeah, that will be requirement item status. Requirement item higher order status. And then now we've got a requirement ID. So in this sort of case, we're having a queue. Or queue requirement ID underscore underscore requirement status underscore underscore requirement higher order status equals closed. All right. Exclude if the requirement item or requirement is closed. All right. Hit refresh. Actually, wait a little bit longer. Hit refresh. Linked objects. Create new link. We're going to hit the requirement item. Failed with a 500. Requirement item status into field. Cannot resolve keyword. Oh, that one. Oh, this is requirement item. Where requirement item... I've mucked this up. Sorry. Alright, requirement status, underscore. The object assignment, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Requirement item status, requirement higher order status equals closed. Alright. Sorry, this is a bit confusing. So essentially what I want is any object assignment where the requirement item status, the higher order of it, is definitely not closed. And then what we do, requirement item, sorry, no results. Perfect. Sweet. All right. Cool. I'm just going to shut the curtains very quickly. So we fix this issue. So I am going to be like git status, git add source, git add NearBeach views, git status, ignore all the static. All right, cool. Git commit fix an issue when linking requirement items to an object. All right, cool. Really should be putting that as a bug. Just not bothering tonight. So that's all fixed. So I'm going to close all tabs. Now, let's get to this bug. So we want to do this with the object assignment. So the object assignment is under organization results. So if we go to list all organizations, I'll have one for NearBeach, and in here we've got associated objects. We've got a current bunch of tasks associated to that particular object. The idea being here is we're going to have these render out in card format instead. It should be very easy to do. Fingers crossed. Famous last words. Please ignore me if it isn't easy. So let's go into it. So we're minimizing everything. We're opening up NearBeach. We're going to our source. We're going to our JavaScript. We're opening up our components. We're forgetting where we put this component. I think it's under the associated objects. I think it is under the modules, submodules, associated objects. There they are. So currently here we have associated objects. We've got a storage icon. Yay. And yay. All right, cool. So if that's only if the project length and the task length is, yep. All right, sweet. So the project length results is greater than 0. What we're wanting to do is we want to replace this table. We no longer want this table in here. It is getting removed. We are just deleting it. Easy done. And what we want is we kind of want something similar to the linked objects. All right. So we'll have something like that, followed by this. So we'll have a look at linked objects and see what we've done. Sub-object links, there we go. So, no, wrong one. What is this component again? Sorry, I'm just double checking the component. So this is part of the parent components. This will be part of the linked objects. So we go through this and we go, all right, cool. Linked objects. This is why everything should be in alphabetical order, because I am struggling. Object links. Sweet. It's just object links. So here we go. We've got sub-object links. So I think we're just copying the same sort of thing, but we'll restructure this better. So we've got a row. Div class column 12. We've got this. I'm going to get rid of this and this and this, and then I am just going to put in sub-object links. That should put it into here. If I actually copy these, paste it in like that, the title is going to be oh, this creates some titles, so we might not want this. Not a problem. So what we want to do is open up sub-object links, see what we're using there. So we're just using a simple div. We've just got a simple title. We could put subtitle in there. All right. I think we can reutilize this, because it's doing exactly what we want. But we just need a little bit of extra information. So straight off the bat, what we want is, let's go to our associated objects. Let's keep that there. Let's get rid of this. And in fact, a lot of this just gets simplified. So if we, like so, if we got so what we want to do, something like this, but if link results.length is greater than 0 and subtitle does not equal empty. right? Then what we want is subtitle. All right, then we just space this out so it's easier to read. We scroll down, we go into our props, and we type in subtitle. That is just going to be a type of string. Default is going to be nothing. All right. So by default, this won't appear. It's only when we add that in. So if we go into here, we've got vtitle, we got vbind subtitle equals, and then we will have in here the following are current open projects associated with the organization. And then what we need is project results, update link results. Ooh, we don't need to do jack for that. Yeah, that's just the deletion ones. All right. This is where I go into the sub things. Can delete. vbind can delete equals false. All right, that will get rid of the delete thing. All right, so in fact, this gets rid of most of this. Following will need to be fixed if the project results is greater than that. Yeah, we'll test this out first. So we refresh. We realize that we don't have any projects that we've assigned to this, so we're going to quickly make a project. And what we're going to do is test project. We need to incorporate that. Yep, cool, sweet. And then we're just going straight to the organization. Ooh. Following our current open projects. Alright, it didn't do what we wanted to do. But as you see, it's done the bottom HR. So great news is we will just get rid of this. Now it's project results. So let's have a look into here. Object type, object ID, object title, object status. All right, yeah, this is... All right, might not be what we exactly need. Because the problem is, if we have a look at the associated objects, we've got the projects. We essentially got that data set up like that. We would need to... Ooh. Where else is this? Let's see where this is working. Where we're actually referencing this. So associated objects. So we're using it in associated objects. I just want to put this into the directory of JS components. We're only using it in one place, so we can actually edit this, most likely. You're working on this for a year now. I've been working on this for years. 030. I've been working on the branch 030 for a year. So about this time last year, we hung the boots up for 029. and focused on 0.30, which 0.30 was to fix a lot of the database design. It was also to simplify a lot of the code and also implement a lot of bug fixes. A lot of bug fixes. And that's continued on with the 0.30 branch. There's been hardly any features implemented. There's been a few small ones here and there, but there hasn't been giant features. Like, I haven't implemented Gantt charts or sprints or anything like that, which will probably happen in 0.31. Yeah, we've been focusing mainly on bug fixing and the flow. All right, so associated objects. What we could potentially do is we could restructure this data to how they want it. So it looks like we're only using this particular thing in one place, which is great. And then if we have a look at sub-object links, you'll notice up here, with each link result, we've got a PK, we've got the object type, object ID. So we need an object type, we need an object ID, link object type, object ID, object title. So object title, we don't have the start and end date, which, yeah, I don't think this, I don't think we want to be using this component. Not a problem. Not a problem at all, because what we can actually do is we can find out where else we're actually using this. So if we have a look at this, we've got this here. So if we have a look at the view itself, we've got the render object cards, which could work. So we've got the list result. So we've got the search results in here. And then we've got the import variables. We've got the header, prefix, ID, title, status. That would work. I like that better, because we can utilize the same code here, there also. Then we've got all the information we need. So the search results will be in that layout. Perfect. All right, cool. Let's do that. So this isn't a lost cause. We're going to undo what we've just done. Got to remember to stop this and rebuild it. So we'll close this. This is back to normal. So what we want to do is we want to open up the list search results. So down here, it'll be list search results. Yes. All right. I think we just call this. No, these are cards though. We don't want the cards. We just want this render object card. So that's part of the renderer. Render object card. Okay, and that's pretty easy to do. Okay, cool. So we still want to copy this. So we'll copy that for reference. We'll go into our associated objects. We'll go up here. We just paste this in. And what we want is, we want project results. project import variables and destination. This is destination. Just having a look at what destination is. I think it's just going to be that. All right, so we need under search. So search objects. We're just going to scroll down and actually just copy this. That's for reference. Going to go to our associated objects. We're going to scroll down to our data section. And this is, we're just going to, oh. Project variables. All right, we're going to simplify this name up here. And I do believe that's just going to be project. If we have a look at the search options, you'll notice that it searches list search results, projects, project. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. And then we've got project results. Now, what I'm going to do is this particular row, I'm just going to do that. Easy done. And I'm going to refresh the wrong page. Absolutely wrong page. I'm going to go find list organizations, grab the NearBeach one. I'm going to go associated objects. Perfect. We do kind of want this in there. Now the projects appears. So if we go into the render object card, we've got this with the header. We could potentially add that in. But it means we've got to add it in everywhere and all that kind of stuff. So for the moment, we can actually put it up here. Let's simplify this. So P class equals text instructions. I'm just going to delete that. Text instructions. Where is my text instructions? Yep. Cool. The following are current open objects associated with the organization. Okay. I think that covers it perfectly. So we've got this. Do we need that HR? No, we don't. Cool. We've got the requirement results and we've got the task results. So we'll need to do, if we go over to the search objects, we'll scroll back down to here. We'll grab requirement. Paste it in. And we'll grab task variables also at the same time. Paste it in. All right, cool. So we're happy with all of that. And then it is as simple as copying these 4 lines, pasting them in where needed, and just updating them. We'll need to get rid of that. Get rid of that. Div spacer equals that. Alert info. There are currently no objects associated with this organization. You can create some new objects by clicking new object in the menu item. All right, cool. Perfect. All right. So straight off the bat, we need requirement results, requirement variables, requirement task results, task variables, and task. All right, I am going to put an extra space here just to make sure that looks nice. Now we should, when we reload, have a nice looking page here. Associated values. There we go. Now requirements. Ooh. We might need an if statement. Because we just got requirements like it's no one's business. So I'm just double checking something. Search objects, scroll all the way up to the top. We do have VFs in there, but they're at the very, all right, not a problem. These are very simple to put in. VF, the project results is greater than 0. We're just gonna quickly paste these in. Requirement results, and then task results. All right, waiting a few seconds, then hitting reload. Wrong place. Waiting a few seconds, hitting reload, you know, in the right tab. And there we go. All right, so we don't have anything appearing for this at the moment. Sorry, there's an ad break on. That should be appearing. Ah. All right, that was a silly mistake. All right, cool. Let's wait till everyone's back. All right, everyone's back. Oh, your community, the ad break went into negatives then. All right, cool. Yeah, there was just an ad break going on. So what I've got here is the projects and tasks. They're appearing like so. We'll create another organization. So new organization. Let's go Far Desert. Didn't get ads, maybe because I'm using Brave. Ah, yeah, fair enough. All right. Associated objects, perfect. Okay, cool. But if we get a requirement assigned to this, so we want Far Desert, we want backend, yep. Let's click on Far Desert. Yeah, I thought there was a bug in here. All right. Requirement results.length is greater than equals 0. Okay, we have this. Okay, cool. So if we hit reload, associated objects, yep, that will be done. If we go into this and we actually close it, update requirement, that should go into the closed status, hit reload, object assignments, presto. All right, sweet. Copy this, git status, git add, source. I didn't edit anything inside of NearBeach itself. Cool, git commit bug fix, git push. All right, sweet. So this is now ready for retesting. Getting used to this layout. Not the biggest fan, but oh. Okay. Yeah, I preferred the compact. Oh, sorry. I'm just going to change something very quickly. Appearance. That's better. So I'm just so used to this, it's not funny. I can, you know, do all that and so forth like that. The yeah, I don't need the other version. It's just too much on the screen. All right, RFC needs validation. All right, we're not refactoring that. We're actually implementing a new functionality, but that's fine. UI, UX, Kanban. Yep, I need to think about that properly. Removing group from objects can remove users that are under multiple groups. This is a fun bug. Because how can I do this? So I'm just thinking about how I can solve this particular bug. What is actually happening is you've got users that could be under multiple groups. If you delete one of those groups on an object, that user disappears, even if the other group that they're in is still assigned to that object. This helps with, so for example, it helps with a bunch of things. I'm gonna have to sit down and actually think about that using diagrams and so forth like that. It is gonna take me ages. Object data does not have user permission testing. All right, I am also gonna have to deal with that one too. So at the moment, we're not checking the user permissions whenever we're editing data and so forth like that, and we should be looking at their destination, we should be looking at their location ID, and then checking. I will need to actually formulate a plan. I think the lookup functions would, similar to lookup functions, would work in this sort of case. It will be very specific for this particular permission set, because what we'll do is we'll have a look at the permissions, be like, all right, cool, it's a project. Does this person have project permission set and so forth like that? I'm going to need to plan this out on the whiteboard properly. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at nearbeach.org. Let's see if there's a quick feature we can fix. Oh, we should also, whilst we're here, I should edit the blog. Okay. All right. It's this one. I was hoping to properly find it, but no, that's not working. That's a bug. Alright, so we've done one thing here, which is great. We could... We could go through and fix up all of these. There are a lot. Alright, that's going to take forever. But then again, I am getting tired. I am probably just going to call it. We've been streaming just over 3 hours, but that is fine. Alright. Ooh. Let's
bench trial said
no,
we will not accept this.
Let's raid mercenary mage. Sorry, absolutely. This is sorry, my brain is reached that point. Yeah. Anyway,